Namaste, I'm Siddipman. Welcome to your today's topic, which is understanding various Yoga Nidra techniques. So Yoga Nidra, as we discussed earlier, is also known as yogic sleep, and it is a potent relaxation and meditation technique which is renowned for its ability to reduce or induce physical, mental, and emotional relaxation. And it has shown promise in addressing insomnia and various anxiety disorders. So this systematic method of attaining complete relaxation is believed to be suitable for practitioners of all levels, and Yoga Nidra technique can be divided into two stages. So in the first stage, awareness is gently guided throughout all parts of the body, inducing the state of relaxation in both mind and body. And in the second stage, it involves specific breathing techniques and instructions that works to rebalance the fundamental elements of body and mind. For instance, a feeling of lightness may aid in elevating the effects of depression, while a sense of heaviness can ground and soothe the anxious mind. So additionally, visualization techniques can be employed in creating positive mental images and focus awareness on specific body parts of the body that requires attention. Some of the common yoga techniques includes body scan, and this technique involves systematically focusing on mind's attention on different parts of the body, and the practitioner mentally scans each body part, releasing tension and promoting relaxation. And then is breath awareness, and in this technique, the focus is on observing the natural breath without trying to control it, and this calms the mind and cultivates the present moment awareness. And then comes the visualization. So practitioners use their imagination to visualize specific images or scenes that evokes the feeling of peace, joy, and positivity. And this technique aids in healing and manifestation. And then opposite sensation. So this technique involves experiencing contrasting sensations like very hot or cold, or very heavy or very light. And this can help restore balance in the mind and body. And then is intention and resolution, also known as sankalpa. So during Yoga Nidra, individuals can set their intention or resolution for personal growth, healing, or transformation. And these intentions are repeated during the practice, which reinforces the positive changes. We can also include chakra activation in the Yoga Nidra. So this technique focuses on each energy center or chakra and potentially stimulating their positive attributes and enhancing the energetic balance in each chakra. Then we can include awareness of thoughts and emotions. So practitioners observe their thoughts and emotions without judgment and fostering a sense of detachment and understanding the mind's pattern. And then we can include inner silence. So guided to experience of moments of profound stillness, practitioners can transcend their thoughts and enter into a state of inner silence. And then sankalpa or resolve. So the practitioner forms a positive affirmation and mentally repeats it during practice to align the subconscious mind with their deepest desire and aspiration. So when we look at the various teachers in schools, like the customization techniques, so various teachers in schools do offer different variations and combinations of Yoga Nidra techniques, and it is essential for individuals to explore and discover the technique that resonates best with them and offers best relaxation and restoration. So Yoga Nidra is a powerful practice known for reducing stress and improving sleep and enhancing overall well-being. And for beginners, it's highly recommended to practice under the guidance of an experienced teacher. And by doing so, they can ensure that they can fully experience and reap in the benefits of Yoga Nidra safely and effectively. So you as a teacher, if you have learned to design Yoga Nidra previously, that is really great. If you haven't learned, then you can use pre-recorded versions of good teachers. And I would really recommend to first start, if you have never done Yoga Nidra in your yoga practice also, then use the Yoga Nidra practices by Swami Satyananda, or there is something called iRest, which is also a great practice, known practice, and there are widely available Yoga Nidra recordings that can be used, and many of the Yoga Nidra recordings will also be part of your course, which you can use and also recommend to your students. And then body scan techniques in Yoga Nidra. So body scan techniques is one of the most fundamental practices that is used in Yoga Nidra, and it involves systematically bringing awareness to different parts of the body and relaxing each part of the body and releasing tension from each part. And this technique helps in achieving deep relaxation and mindfulness, enhances the mind-body connection. So when instructions usually involves lying down on the back in a relaxed position, and they're recommended to use yoga mat or soft surface to support the body, and then take few deep breaths, close their eyes, and bring their attention to the crown of the head and feel the sensation on their scalp, forehead, and the temples, and then slowly moving their attention down to their eyes, cheeks, and jaw, and then release any tension they might feel in these areas and let them relax completely. And then we continue to move down through the neck, through throat and shoulders, and allowing any stress or tightness to dissolve as we focus on each area. And then we gradually move our awareness through our arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, and hands. And since the weight of arms and the sensations of relaxation are spreading throughout them, this will really help release tension. And then we shift our attention to our chest, upper back, and abdomen, and then feel rise and fall of our breath in that location, and let the chest and belly expand with each inhale. And then we move our awareness down to our lower back, to hips and pelvis, and then we further let go any tension in these areas, and we feel the support of the surface beneath us. And then we continue to scan through our thighs, knees, calves, ankles, and feet, and then feel the sensation of heaviness and grounding as we relax each part. And once we have scanned through all the body parts, we take few moments to experience the whole body as a unified whole, and then feel the entire body in a complete relaxed and state as well as at ease. So gently we become aware of our breath and the present moment, and then wiggle our fingers and toes, and gradually moving back, bringing the movement back to our body. And then we roll on our side and take few more breaths before slowly sitting up. And after completing the body scan, we take a moment to reflect on how we feel and notice any changes in our body and mind, as well as any feelings of relaxation and release the tension. And this is how body scan techniques are part of the Yoga Nidra. So what we need to remember about the practice is that body scan technique is about cultivating awareness and relaxation. So if the mind wanders during the practice, we need to gently bring it back, bring the focus back to each body part that we were scanning, and consistent practice will deepen the ability to relax and let go of stress and tension, both in body and mind. And then is breath awareness technique in Yoga Nidra. So breath awareness is another common technique that is used as part of Yoga Nidra, and it involves directing the attention to the natural ebb and flow of the breath, and without trying to control it. So this technique serves as a very focal point to anchor the mind and cultivate mindfulness. And how to practice that inside of Yoga Nidra would be this way. So first we need to observe the natural breath, and then shift our attention to the breath without attempting to change it or manipulate it in any way, and then observe the natural rhythm of the breath as it flows in and out of the body. And then we pay attention to the sensations that are associated with breathing, such as coolness of the inhalation and the warmth of the exhalation, and then rise and fall of the chest and abdomen, and feeling the breath movement in and out through the nostril. and then mindful awareness. So as we continue to observe our breath and thoughts might rise, then when this happens, we need to gently acknowledge the thoughts without judgment and return to our focus to the breath. And if we find our mind wandering frequently, that's normal. Each time we notice any distraction, we need to guide our attention back to the breath. And then releasing the breath. So as we maintain our focus on the breath, we need to allow our body to relax more deeply with each exhalation, and with every inhale, feel a sensation of rejuvenation and clarity, and with each exhale, feel a release of tension and stress. And then deepening awareness. So to enhance the experience, we can mentally count our breaths and silently saying inhale and exhale with each breath. And as we become more comfortable with the practice, we can also explore extending the duration of our inhalation and exhalation for a more profound calming effect. And after spending a few minutes, as long as you like, then we need to bring our attention back to the breath and gently bring our attention back to the surroundings. Then slowly we can open our eyes, and if they're closed, and then take a few moments to notice how we feel, and both physically and mentally. And then breathe awareness. Breath awareness is simple yet potent practice that can help in quieting the mind and reducing the stress, and also promoting the state of inner calmness and settledness. And as with many meditation practice, consistency is the key. So the more you practice breath awareness in Yoga Nidra, the more you will benefit from its calming and transformative effect. What I need to add on here is, so all the instructions that were given are perfectly fine, except the last instruction to come out of the breath awareness. If we are practicing breath awareness as part of Yoga Nidra, then coming out of and being aware of the external surrounding will only happen in the end, when all the 8 or 9 stages of Yoga Nidra is covered. But if you are practicing breath awareness or body scan technique separately, apart from the Yoga Nidra, then it needs to be practiced in this manner, which means you can come out in the end of the practice. Then visualization technique inside of Yoga Nidra. So Yoga Nidra does engage the mind in creative power and enhance relaxation, concentration, and inner awareness. So during the practice, you are guided to imagine and visualize specific images and scenes of experiences. And some of the ways to how to practice the visualization in step by step would be this. First is guided imagery. So we need to listen to the guided Yoga Nidra session and create our own visualization script, and in which we can focus on various themes like nature, healing, self-empowerment, or inner peace. And the guide will narrate a series of vivid and detailed images or you can imagine, and then we need to follow the instruction and immerse ourselves in the experience. And then next stage is to engage the senses fully. So while visualizing, we need to engage all our senses to make the experience more vibrant and real. For example, if you're visualizing the beach and feeling the warmth of the sand, then we need to feel the warmth of the sand under our feet and hear the sounds of the wave and smell the salt in the air and feel the gentle breeze on our skin. So this would be real imagination. And then we need to embrace the emotions. So we need to allow ourselves to experience the emotions that are associated with visualization. And it's a very, if it's a very joyful scene, then you need to embrace the feeling of happiness. If it's a healing visualization, then we need to feel a sense of relief and restoration. Then incorporation of positive affirmation or sankalpa. So incorporating positive affirmation related to visualization. For instance, if you're visualizing yourself succeeding in a particular goal, Then we can repeat, I am capable, I am confident, I am worthy. And in case of mothers, I'm a confident mother. I can trust in my abilities to birth a child. Whatever is the sankalpa for the moment that is required inside of the journey of the mother can be incorporated. Then we need to focus on staying present. So while one is immersed in the visualization, we need to stay present and fully engaged with the images and emotions. And if our mind wanders, then we need to gently bring it back to the visualization. As the guided visualization comes to an end, we can slowly transition back to the present moment and take few moments to reflect on the experience. And then we can notice how it feels emotionally and mentally after the visualization practice. And visualization in Yoga Nidra can be really transformative practice and can help us tap into the subconscious mind and harness the power of imagination. So regular practice can positively impact the mindset, motivation, and overall well-being. We just need to remember that everyone's visualization experience might differ, and the key is to remain open to the process and allow our minds to create images and feelings naturally. Then is opposite sensations technique. So the opposite sensation techniques is quite unique and interesting aspect of Yoga Nidra, and in this practice, practitioners are guided to experience and imagine opposite sensations simultaneously. Like they are asked to feel the heat and the cold, or they are asked to feel the heaviness and the lightness, tension and relaxation. And this technique aims to create a balance in the mind and body and helps to explore the dualities and interconnectedness of different experiences. And some of the way you can practice opposite sensations would be this. So we can listen to the guided Yoga Nidra session, and specifically we can listen to the opposite sensation part in that, and then use the similar method to create our own script. And the guide we need to write a script in a manner that we are leading the practitioner into opposite experiences. For example, we can say, imagine that your body is feeling both warm and the cool at the same time, or feel both heaviness and lightness in your body simultaneously. Or we can guide them one by one also. Let's say, just imagine yourself being in a desert and feeling the heat sensation, how you're sweaty, how you're itching to the heat, and then suddenly take them to the coldest weather, where there's a lot of snow, and feel the cold. So we can do it one by one also by taking them in the visualization of heat and cold or opposite sensations. So we can also ask them to experience tension and relaxation coexisting within them, and then sense both expansion and contraction happening at the same time. All of this can be created. So I'm guiding you through the different parts of Yoga Nidra such that you can redesign each part based on the individual needs and requirements of different students and different stages of their life. Then imagination and exploration. So as we are guided through these opposite sensations, we can try to genuinely feel the experience and then use our imagination to embrace the paradox of these sensations and acknowledge that they can coexist in harmony. And then we need to focus on balance and equanimity. So the opposite sensation techniques really encourages us to find a state of balance and equanimity by accepting and embracing the duality of experience. And this practice leads to a sense of detachment from extreme emotions and also perceptions. So it also promotes more centered and harmonious state of being. So as the Yoga Nidra session comes to an end, we can gently transition back to the present moment and take a few moments to reflect on the experience and notice any shift in our perception. So the opposite sensation technique is an intriguing way to explore the interconnectedness of various experiences and cultivate a balanced state of mind. And it also encourages you to move beyond fixed notions and experience the fluidity of sensation and emotion. And regular practice of this technique will really help developing a broader perspective and create resilience and also more profound sense of inner peace. And as with other yoga practices, the key is to stay open to the process and allow yourself to fully engage in the guided experience. Then, intentions and resolutions. So, Yoga Nidra has this powerful tool or technique of creating intentions or resolutions, also known as sankalpa. So, this allows the practitioners to set very positive and transformative intentions or resolutions, and by repeating these intentions at the subconscious level, the practitioner can align their mind with their deepest desire, aspiration, or goals. And some of the ways you can practice this would be this. We can listen to previously available recordings of certain Yoga Nidra and listen to how the sankalpa or intentions is designed in that, and through that we can learn to design our own script. And then you need to design it in a manner that you're guiding the student through the various stages of relaxation and awareness before entering into the state of deep receptivity. And then once that part is over inside of Yoga Nidra, we can come in a state where we are ready to repeat the intention. And once we are deeply in the relaxed state, we can prompt the students to repeat the intention or resolve silently within themselves. And then repeat the intention to feel the word sinking into their mind and heart, and as if the intention is already true and manifested in their life. Then planting the seed. So the intention and resolution technique plants the seed of the deepest desire into a fertile ground of subconscious mind. And this can create a very positive shifts in our thoughts, attitudes, and behavior, which can lead towards fulfillment of our intention. Then affirmation and visualization. So along with repeating our intention, we can also visualize ourselves already living the reality of our intention, and we can see ourselves thriving, achieving our goals, and embodying the qualities that we wish to cultivate in ourselves. And in case of pregnancy, mothers can visualize the quality that they wish to see in their child. And as the guided Yoga Nidra session comes to end, we can gently transition back to the present moment and take a few moments to bring our awareness to our surroundings. And the intention and resolution technique is a very potent way to leverage the power of subconscious mind and align it with our conscious desire. And regular practice will help reinforce positive beliefs and attitude and increase self-confidence, and also accelerate personal growth. So it's very essential. It's very essential to choose intentions that resonates deeply with you, or the practitioner, or the student, and to practice them with sincerity and consistency. And by setting positive intentions and resolutions during Yoga Nidra, we can lay down a foundation of positive changes that are more fulfilling in the life journey. Then we can incorporate chakra activation techniques. So the chakra activation technique in Yoga Nidra involves in focusing on activating the energy centers, also known as chakras, which are believed to be vital points along the subtle energy channels in the body. And chakras are associated with different qualities and attributes, and by activating them through visualization and intention, practitioners can aim to balance and harmonize their physical, mental, and emotional energies. And some of the ways they can practice chakra activation would be this. So we can begin by taking a few breaths and relax our body and mind. And then chakra activation starts from the base of our spine, and we need to bring our awareness first to the root chakra, also known as Mooladhara, and then visualize a spinning wheel on glowing with ball of red energy at the base of our spine. And then we need to imagine the energy is bright and vibrant, and then we can create intention and affirmation. And as we focus on the root chakra, we can set an intention or affirmation related to grounding, stability, and sense of security. For example, I am grounded and supported in life. We can repeat that and energize the red chakra or a red energy ball with this kind of a statement. And then we can move through the chakras and move our awareness to each chakra in sequence. So first will be through Muladhara, which is red in color, then Swadhisthana, sacral chakra, orange in color, Manipura, solar plexus, yellow in color, Anahata, heart chakra, green in color, then Vishuddhi, which is pink color, throat chakra, and Vishuddhi is blue color. Anahata is often seen as green or sometimes pink color also. And then Agnya chakra, which is third eye, which is indigo color, and then Sahasrara, crown chakra, the violet or the white color. And then we can visualize the intention for each chakra. And then visualizing respective color and imagine it glowing brightly and spinning in a harmonious manner. And as we focus on each chakra, we can set intentions and affirmations related to the qualities that are associated with each chakra. And then whole body awareness can be done after activation of all chakras. So we can take a moment to feel the energy flowing freely throughout the entire body, connecting and harmonizing all the chakras at once, and then gradually bring our awareness back to the surrounding and taking a few deep moments of breath. And then the chakra activation techniques basically helps in balancing and aligning the energy center, and it promotes a sense of overall well-being and harmony. And regular practice of it can really deepen the understanding of chakras and their influence in different aspects of our life. So it's really essential to approach this practice with an open mind and attitude of curiosity and receptivity, and to fully experience the benefits and profound, beautiful ease and grace that it brings with it. Now, awareness of thoughts and emotion. So the awareness of thoughts and emotion technique in Yoga Nidra involves observing and becoming more aware of your thoughts and emotions without judgment or attachment. And it's a mindfulness practice that allows you to cultivate a sense of inner witness, where you can observe your mental and emotional states as a detached observer. So these techniques can lead to a deeper understanding of your thought patterns and emotional reactions, and also promote self-awareness and emotional intelligence. So the way we can practice awareness of emotions and thoughts would be this. We need to begin by taking few deep breaths and relax our body and mind. And then we need to engage in non-judgmental observation. Then we need to allow our thoughts and emotions to come and go without trying to control or suppress them, and being a non-judgmental observer for whatever arises in our mind. And then let the thoughts and emotions flow freely, just like clouds are passing the sky. And then create mindful awareness. So as we practice this technique, we may notice range of thoughts and emotions, including positive and negative, neutral, or even conflicting ones. So we need to acknowledge each thought and emotion without getting entangled in them. We need to observe them from a place of neutrality and acceptance. And then engaging in no analysis or reaction. So we need to resist the urge to analyze, interpret, or react to our thoughts and emotions. So the practice is about being present with whatever arises without adding any judgments or stories to them. And then we need to make the breath as an anchor. So if we find that it is challenging to maintain awareness solely on our thoughts and emotions, then we can use our breath as an anchor to come back to whenever the mind starts to wander. Then we need to embrace impermanence. So we need to remember that thoughts and emotions are transient, and they come and go naturally, and by observing them without attachment, we can experience a sense of detachment and emotional state, and then we can bring our awareness to the whole body. So towards the end of the practice, we can bring our awareness back to the body and feel the entire body as a whole relaxed and at ease. And gradually we can bring our awareness back to our surroundings and then take 2 deep breaths. So the awareness of thoughts and emotion technique is very valuable practice to develop mindfulness and self-awareness, and it can really help gain insights into our thought patterns, emotional triggers, and habitual reactions. And over time, this practice can lead to greater sense of inner peace, emotional resilience, and more skillful response to life challenges. But we need to remember that this technique is not about controlling and changing our thoughts or emotions, but rather developing compassionate and accepting relationship with them. Then, inner silence. So Yoga Nidra involves cultivating a state of profound stillness and inner quietude. It is a practice of transcending thoughts and emotions and sensory experiences to connect with deeper, tranquil aspects of consciousness. So through this technique, practitioners can experience a sense of inner peace, clarity, and deeper connection with their true selves. And the way we can induce that inner silent state would be this. First, we need to begin by letting go our thoughts and allow our thoughts to arise and pass without getting involved into them. And then we need to imagine each thought as a cloud passing through the sky and simply observe them without attachment. Then we need to let go of our emotions. So we need to allow the emotions to come and go without holding on to them and trying to suppress them. And then we need to practice emotional acceptance and let the emotions flow through you. And then observe the sensation. You need to be aware of any physical sensation or discomfort in the body and not to react or engage with them. You need to simply observe the sensation with the sense of detachment. And then as we continue to observe the thoughts and emotions, sensations without getting entangled in them, then we need to create a space of inner silence and stillness within us. Gradually, we need to let go of any mental activity and rest in this inner stillness space. So it's a state of pure awareness beyond the fluctuation of mind and which resides in the present moment. So the inner silence technique also involves being fully present in the current moment and shift our awareness from past memories or future concerns and anchor ourselves in the present. And then we need to deepen our experience. So to deepen the inner silence experience, we can use mantra or focus on the sound of the breath or heartbeat and then merge ourselves within it, which means that you don't remain as an identity or existence, only the object of focus remains. You become the object and object becomes you. So the repetitive sound can really help quiet the mind and facilitate a more profound state of inner stillness and inner coolness. And then coming back to the whole body awareness, and towards the end of the practice, we can bring our awareness back to our body and feel the entire body as whole, relaxing and at ease. And gradually we can bring our awareness back to our surroundings and take few moments of deep breath and before we slowly open our eyes. So inner silence technique is very transformative practice that can lead to a profound sense of peace and self-realization. And this regular practice of this can really help reduce mental chatter, stress and anxiety, and provide a doorway to connect with the essence of consciousness within. And as in many Yoga Nidra practice, we need to approach inner silence with an attitude of openness and receptivity and allowing the experience to unfold naturally. And then let's look at Sankalpa once again. So Sankalpa is very powerful aspect of Yoga Nidra, and we also call it as resolve or intention also, which is a positive statement or affirmation that can make yourself that can create a very powerful, profound goal or intention in your mind. So it's a heartfelt statement that represents the deepest desire and affirmation and aspirations, and can be repeated silently and in a relaxed state. So Sankalpa techniques can really help align our subconscious mind with our conscious goals. And some of the ways we can induce and enter into Sankalpa state will be this. We need to begin by taking few deep breaths, then connect to our Sankalpa statement, reflect to what we truly desire and need in life at this moment. And our Sankalpa should be a positive and present tense statement that resonates deeply with our heart. And then we need to repeat the Sankalpa. Once we have chosen the Sankalpa, we need to repeat it silently with full conviction and belief. And then chant the Sankalpa 3 times in the mind with confidence and sincerity. And then it's important to feel the Sankalpa. And as we repeat our Sankalpa, we need to try to evoke the feeling that is associated with it and connect emotionally to the words and feel as if your Sankalpa is already true and already manifested. And then Sankalpa technique spontaneously plants the seed of our deepest desire into the fertile ground of our subconscious mind. And this leads to positive shifts in our thoughts, attitudes, and behavior. And then, in the end, we need to let go. So after repeating the Sankalpa, we need to let go of any attachment to the outcome and trust that the seed has been planted and it will grow and unfold naturally in the quantum field or the cosmic field. And then, to end it, we need to bring our awareness back to the body and feel that the entire body as a whole relaxed state, and gradually bring our awareness back to your surrounding if you wish to practice the Sankalpa practice separately from the Yoga Nidra practice. So the Sankalpa technique is a really potent tool for personal transformation and self-empowerment, and by consciously choosing positive affirmation and repeating the statement during the receptive state of Yoga Nidra, we can tap into our vast potential of our subconscious mind, and regular practice of Sankalpa can really help overcome limiting beliefs and align with our true purpose and manifest changes in our life. So, in conclusion, Yoga Nidra is generally safe, but we need to consider some precautions if practitioners have had any mental health issues previously or any physical injuries. Then mothers should seek some advice from the healthcare providers and avoid practicing while driving or operating machinery. And if they are sleep deprived, then it might lead to unintended sleep. And then in individuals with severe mental conditions, as I discussed earlier, has to consult the doctor. And then we need to respect the boundaries and modify uncomfortable techniques and avoid comparisons and practice without judgment. And we need to practice on an empty or light stomach, and we need to ensure that we are listening to the recordings from the qualified instructors. And then we need to remember that Yoga Nidra is about self-awareness and relaxation. So being mindful and adapt the practice to our needs is very important. And at the end of the day, why we have divided all these techniques in different parts, so that you know what are the essential components that come together in order to create a very profound and effective Yoga Nidra practice. So usually your Yoga Nidra practice can last anywhere between 30 to 40 minutes, or even sometimes they are lengthier one, like 1 hour also. But you can always use these techniques in your class separately and pick one or the other techniques and use it as the beginning of your class or ending of your class, or in middle to ease and give comfort. And you can combine them together for a Yoga Nidra practice, which is specialized and personalized to adapt to the need of individual pregnant mothers. And I really hope this contributed to you, and you will become a sort of master in designing specialized, specific yoga nidra practices by this understanding to adapt to the needs of the mother. With that, thank you.